stimulation that could have been even better, but I didn't really feel like going through the process of lubing it up and getting my asshole ready to take a dildo. It's quite a lot of process.
What about acid?
Acid, it's on the calm down only. It's not that special. Honestly, I just got pretty horny on the calm down usually. During the peak, I can't get my dick hard. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, I try to beat it, but it just stays like small. Flat. Like, when I am on acid, my dick gets really small. Like, it just retracts so far in. It's really, it's kind of concerning, honestly. Like,
it's because
do you have that to reject that your dick gets like really retracted?
I don't know.
It looks just so wrinkly and sad, Like, it's like when it's really cold, you also get that a little.
Yes,
but it's even worse on acid. It's crazy.
Do you let him talk?
Yes.
Oh,
It is because acid is a vasoconstrictor, I think it's called, which means it constricts your veins, it makes them smaller, which is literally what happens when you're cold.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you can't even form like your hands around it because it's so small. So just like trying to look at some, rule 34 or something and trying to beat it, but no, I just won't get hard. It's on the calm down, yeah, I have fun. It's okay. It's not as great as ecstasy, but yeah.
Jack, how was masturbating on acid?
It was fine.
Yeah, I honestly didn't find
I don't know. It was like,
did you?
Just like, okay, it was weird because I then had to clean up, but cleaning up was beyond my mental capabilities by that point. So
yeah,
I was like, what's going on? What's happening?
Have you tried it on other drugs, Chris?
I've done it on weed, but that's really not too special, we just makes you chill. What other drugs have I done? I don't know. Alcohol is really difficult. I can do it after the effects go away a little, but if I'm pretty drunk, it's really difficult to get it hard. So I've tried, but kind of have the same problem with ecstasy, where I have to beat it for really long, really fast. But I don't really feel the sensation from it. I just feel the skin, going up and down with my shaft, but I don't actually feel the sensations, I suppose. So it's not pleasant because you do want to reach that orgasm, Once you've started and you're already that far in, you're sweating and exhausted, and you've got porn playing, you're already so far in. You don't want to give up. So the process itself is just not very pleasant, and it takes time.
Did you masturbate on amphetamine?
The orgasm did work on alcohol. It just didn't feel that great. No, I thought I've masturbated on amphetamine. I am feeling quite horny. I will probably do it later today, but I'm enjoying talking right now. But yeah, I do want to masturbate, I could say. I preferably I'd have sex, but I don't have a partner. So yeah, but no, I don't want to masturbate right now. I have a fun time sitting here. I can masturbate later, The day is still, it's 12 a.m., but there's enough time. It's not like I can sleep right now anyway. I could be doing other things like masturbating, and I think I'm just gonna clean the house. Honestly, like I kind of feel like cleaning,
Yeah.
I did my
Yeah, I heard that. I think people do on amphetamine a lot.
Yeah.
Trump is sending troops into Syria.
My bed's clean. My room is really clean as well, but I think I can, vacuum a little. Should probably clean the toilet. Almost definitely
Don't
not.
forget to sweep the streets, Chris.
What? What did you say, Jack?
You can always sweep the streets if your house is too clean.
Sweep the streets.
Yeah.
It's what? What do you mean?
Sweeps deserve some cleaning too. Streets.
But there are public service people for that, with like those little cars, stuff like the little dusty things, and they spin.
You're right. You are called to cleaning, and when you're called to cleaning, when the duty calls.
Yeah, I don't have a broom, and also I think someone might call the police if they just see me outside brooming the street at 1 a.m. while shaking crazily. I feel like people might legitimately be afraid of me and call the police.
The shaking part.
So I think it might look very suspicious or shady, to say the least.
If you stop the shaking, you can sweep away.
Even if I'm not shaking, I think it's kind of weird to just be there at 1 a.m. and brooming the street, right? People don't do that.
Yeah, people do not do that.
People do that on amphetamine.
Johannes, are you here?
Yes.
Nice. What have you done today? What have you done today?
Not shit.
That's
Johannes.
I'm sure you've done something. You're here right now. There was a process for you getting here, and you have done something on this day. I'm sure you have done something at least slightly noteworthy. I mean, my days are really boring as well, normally, but almost every day there is something that is worth mentioning. So please share.
Well, I did wake up.
Yeah? When did you wake up? When did you wake up?
Right before 12, Chris.
Did you make breakfast?
No, I did not.
You skipped breakfast?
Yes.
It's actually not very good. Do you not feel like lightheaded from that?
I did not feel very bad from that, no.
Interesting. I cannot skip breakfast at all. It makes me feel really bad.
I
think that
just
you
skip
can do it.
breakfast all the time.
I'm not sure if
Especially in
it's
school.
actually that unhealthy. I've heard people say that
It's not.
it's just a myth that it's unhealthy to skip it, but I think
There's
it's
actually.
It was
I
a
think it's
cereal
just-
company that perpetuated the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
well, I'm not saying it's the most
companies
important meal of
perpetuate
the
every
day. but-
What happens is that you kind of, when you eat breakfast, it gets easier to control your urges to eat other stuff during the day. You need to eat a reasonable amount of food, every now and then, because otherwise you'll.
I've heard
Yes.
this thing where you don't eat breakfast until like 1 p.m. or like 2 p.m. Like a fasting thing, and it's supposed to be like good for you, and it's supposed to be like a good way to diet.
Interesting. I don't know. It's just if I start my day without breakfast, I just it's just so lightheaded, and sometimes I faint. So it's really
Probably because you have low blood pressure from
Yeah.
food or sugar.
low blood pressure. I think it's a low blood sugar. My blood sugar is also
Blood sugar, yeah, sugar.
It's always been a little bit low. But I don't know, it just feels great to start the day off, make 3 sandwiches, some hagelslag, which is Dutch food item, great. Get a nice apple or something, maybe some strawberries. I really like strawberries lately.
How much do you eat in breakfast? Jesus.
I usually make like 4 sandwiches and some fruit and like a cookie or something.
What's in the sandwiches? How do you eat?
Amphetamine. Pure amphetamine.
Usually I do like 2 with is it called jam?
you-
Jam in English? No, I don't think it
Jam.
is, right? It's called jam in Nederland, Dutch. Let me do it. Oh, it is. No, wait. Yeah, jam.
you should
It's
don't be
called
on
jam.
health.
It's like
Good job, Homo.
yeah. It's I don't know really what it is. It's just jam. It's like
Johannes.
gooey, fruity. Well, not fruit. Is it fruit? It's like strawberry jam and shit like that. You know what it is, right? You have that in Iraq.
What is it, Homo?
Why don't be interested? You should don't be on Calais.
So, I don't know if you have that in Iraq.
Yeah, we have that.
Okay,
I
so
don't
I
like
usually make 2 sandwiches with like jam. I really like jam. I usually do like 1 sandwich or a bun with hagelslag, which is a Dutch food
Hagelslag?
item. Hagelslag. Yeah, you probably want to meme about it with the sound, but it's actually really delicious. It is, I guess it's like chocolate sprinkles, which might sound really weird to you.
No,
Like,
this thing. Don't
It might sound really weird to you,
anymore.
but if you do some butter,
Disgusting.
no, seriously, if you do some butter and just a light amount of chocolate sprinkles, it tastes really nice. It might sound bad, but it doesn't really taste that much like pure chocolate or anything. It's quite
So
pleasant. It's
weird.
very-
You're
So-
drinking
Yeah, it is weird to you probably. It is a typical
chocolate
Dutch thing, but
sprinkles with
yeah,
bread.
if you ever come to the Netherlands or if I ever see you for some reason, I will give you hagelslag. You need to try it. Okay?
How much
I
did
will.
Chris?
I will give you hagelslag.
And it is
How
not
much
the
did-
base of amphetamine.
How much did Chris take?
I don't know.
I
A
bought it.
bit more than
I don't know.
And then for the sandwich, I usually do with peanut butter. I really like peanut butter. Then I usually make then I get like a glass of either soda or usually water, and also make
Do
some
not
tea.
drink soda in the morning. What the fuck?
Well, it's usually water because I'm really thirsty. So I get a glass of water, then I start making tea. Then I usually grab like a little extra snack with the sandwich, like a cookie or something, not like an Oreo or something, just like a healthy-ish cookie, like not a cracker either, but kind of in between. And then I usually take like an apple or a banana, sometimes like a kiwi, or strawberries. Strawberries have been in the store again lately, and I really love strawberries. So I've been eating kiwi with the skin on lately, and you might think, oh, that's so furry and disgusting and hairy, but It really isn't. You don't really taste it. It's really good. You might be appalled from it right now, but I do advise that if you ever have a kiwi and you don't mind, just try it out. Can't hurt to try it. Tastes pretty good. I swear.
I'm not eating
Yes.
kiwi for. I'm not even
I
eating
think we
kiwi.
need to, even if you
Oh,
think
it into a skin. It is
probably
healthier
good to
for
just at least try it once just to experience it, because if you never open up to new possibilities, I mean, you're never gonna do anything, I mean, you might be as small as eating a kiwi with skin, but I mean, I still think it's worth a try before bashing it. Same with like
I'm not bashing it. I'm bashing kiwi in general. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's usually like my breakfast. Sometimes if I'm exceptionally hungry, I get like 2 more sandwiches or something. And then during midday dinner, I get like 6
Guys,
sandwiches. I
we should
eat a
listen.
lot of grain bread for fiber, because of my IBS. So the fiber really helps me shit.
Chris was talking about drug-powered jerking off, and I
Yes.
missed it?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
No!
I honestly don't really want to repeat my whole segment of that, but
Whole second?
basically
My whole
master-
hour?
segment.
Oh.
But basically, I said that masturbating on MDMA is very pleasant. And I still hold
Guys,
that opinion.
guys, we should
Yeah.
play some CS with Chris.
I would probably no, I don't know. I don't really feel like committing to a full competitive game right now. I'd be up for just like if we could just like play a few rounds to try it out, but I don't really want to commit to it. Like I
I
feel
like how every 5 seconds you'll hear, or no, every like minute or so you'll hear a as Chris gasps for breath.
I'd be up for trying it if you don't mind if I might get bored after like 10 rounds and just abandon. Like I don't really care about my rank, but I know that you might. I wouldn't mind trying it out, but I don't think I really want to stick to playing a full competitive game right now.
Okay, just it's fine. It's fine. I just go to sleep or something.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, hi Sandy. What have you done today? Sandy,
Sandy, just say whatever. He'll derail it.
what have you done today?
Yes, and you can start speaking about walking to sewers, and Chris is gonna.
And
speak about how
Chris is
to
gonna go
master-
like, oh, I
What do you
love
want?
it. I really like bicycling.
So Sandy, what have you been doing today?
What have I been doing today?
Yeah, how did the day start? What did you do throughout the day?
My day started by me waking up, making some tea, forgetting about it for 2 hours because I stopped and played Andromeda. Then I realized I actually made tea all that
Are
while
you on
ago.
amphetamine too?
No, he's on Sandy.
No, I'm just pleased that Chris can finally fucking talk on my level, which is fucking awesome as opposed to the rest of you goddamn Swedes.
That is not very nice to say, honestly.
Okay, fine.
Like-
I apologize, Swedes.
It's also grammatically incorrect because you say the rest of them and Chris is
Like-
not a Swede.
I mean,
Chris is not a
I don't
Swede.
even know what it's based on. These people talk completely fine. Especially like Kalle, Jack, Simple Homo, they talk a lot in this track.
But yeah, I made some tea, forgot about it for a while, then I actually drank the tea and it was fucking delicious when I actually got around to it.
Okay. Anything else like exceptionally exciting or
Nothing really important. Just just a pretty relaxing day, and all things considered. Went outside for a bit, went for a bit of a bike ride.
yes?
Actually went up and saw the pond again. It was pretty great.
What did you see?
Oh, went up and saw the pond. You know I have a pond near my house, right? It's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
little. It's almost a little lake that we own. It's pretty cool.
Do you fish there sometimes?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, nice.
we let a lot of people fish there, including myself.
You
Oh,
said
nice.
pond, not panda.
Fishing is honestly pretty fun. I kind of wish I didn't stop. Like I did it a few times as a child with my dad. It's one of the few fond memories I have of him, and it was
Oh, wow.
the only time I actually really liked her being around them. Fishing was very calming. My father found it very calming as well, I believe, because he really, I don't know. Usually, I felt like he was always forced to do things with me, but fishing, he was just relaxed to it and genuinely wanted to do with me. So it's a fond memory I have.
Holy fuck.
I told you he would go off ranting like about something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of regret that I stopped fishing, but I actually.
Just ignore Johannes.
It's a
I don't know,
story
but,
that's
to get into fishing, you have to buy a fishing rod and stuff, and I don't think I'll do that often. If I'm gonna buy anything, I
Yeah,
think,
it's not worth it if you don't have a designated spot to go to. Like if
Yeah,
you're
well, I
unless you're going to be
do,
fishing quite a bit. Actually, you
on-
would be. You live right next to a fucking ocean.
yeah, on my island there are so many great fishing spots.
Yeah. It sounds like you would have a
You
lot
know,
of great
there's-
places to fish.
There's quite a lot of lakes and there's the ocean. I mean, I'm not sure if there's really many
Yeah,
fish
you
there.
wouldn't run out of shit to fish for. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Yeah, it's pretty. A lot of people fish there. That's why I got into it. A lot of my friends did too.
What's so funny?
You're so
Um, but no, I don't think I want to get back into fishing for now. Like, I think if anything, I'm actually feeling really motivated right now. I won't be in like 12 hours or so probably, but
Yeah.
I really wish I had the discipline to just start learning the violin, because I have just been really appreciating like classical music lately, and especially violin pieces, and it just sounds so beautiful. And to be able
Why
to
are you
play
so much
that,
quieter now?
to play, I don't know, to play such a like,
He's speaking of things of grave importance.
I don't know, just to be able to, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just aesthetically a nice looking instrument. It just sounds so nice. You can play it in many different ways. You can play a lot of instruments in many different ways, obviously, but the violin for some reason really appeals to me, and I really wish I had the discipline to pick it up, because I don't know. I just think I never really liked instruments that much, but I think, yeah.
The violin's definitely an interesting instrument.
Yeah, it's hard to describe why, but it just really appeals to me, and I wish.
Well, you hear it in a lot of songs, so you tend to hear it a lot, and it's kind of hard to find skilled violin players to play for things.
Yeah, it also takes pretty long to learn. And
Yeah.
on one hand,
It's definitely really hard to learn.
Yeah, and one of the excuses I make up for myself is, I don't want to like torture my roommate by like playing violin, and the first few months especially it's just gonna sound like I'm raping cats or something. It's gonna be really bad.
Well, you
And
remember Jamie from the American chat, right?
Yeah,
Jamie?
of course.
Yeah. So Jamie's thing is that he plays the shit. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. He plays basically the really huge fucking version of the violin. I don't remember.
The cello?
Cello?
Cello. Yes, thank you. I've forgotten the word for a second there. But yeah, Jamie plays the cello, and I constantly tease him about it being just a larger version of the violin, and he really hates me for it. But I'm not going to stop anytime soon.
I mean,
Yeah, it's bad to stop someone from learning it, because they are going to get better, and it is just a hard learn. It's not like if you start playing violin, you are bad at it, but it's not like having it sound false at the start means that you're just exceptionally bad at it. It takes a long time to learn, but I don't really want to torture my roommate with that, and he's here most of the
your
week.
roommate's definitely not going to appreciate listening to you try and learn to play the violin for a while.
No,
There's
no.
like some digital violins that you can plug in the earphones to.
That's
I don't know.
a really good idea. I'm not sure if that's the thing. That's actually really useful. Yeah, I should look into that. But the thing is, right now I'm feeling really productive. But tomorrow, I guarantee you, even if you remind me of that solution, I will have 2 more excuses of why I'm not doing it, and they're not good excuses. But I don't know why it is that I'm so. It's not even that I'm lazy. Really, it's just. Something's demotivating me from picking up. I guess it's the learning curve, perhaps, or that I don't really. I'm also kind of worried about, anyone finding out, and my parents just being like, "Oh, you're learning the violin. You should play for me. Oh, so great!" And then want to listen. Yeah.
That's
The
why
thing
you
is, it
don't
also
tell
takes
anyone.
But I mean,
Unless the thing is, you feel really motivated right now, but when it wears off in a couple hours, it's just I don't even know if it's a couple hours. I don't really know.
I think it's like the peak is like 3 to 6 hours, and calm down.
Yeah. But as soon as it wears off, you're just gonna be less motivated, and it takes a really long time to learn to play an instrument well at all.
Yeah,
So it's just going to be really hard for you if you try to start it out now.
You can always keep improving, of course, but the violin is just exceptionally hard to actually get to a point where
it's hard to get to the point where you're actually confident enough that if you wanted to place for something, you actually could.
Well, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
The violin's one of those instruments that is pretty hard to get to the point where you can actually play a song pretty well on it.
Yeah, and have it not torture the people around you. And I just don't really want my roommate to find out and know I'm doing it, because then I also feel pressured to do it often, and they might be like, "Oh, why aren't you practicing?" That's more pressure to it. And my roommate is only gone 1 or 2 days of the week. The rest of the is also here, so I don't know. Is 2 days a week it's not a lot to practice? I think. Unless you're practicing many hours a day, but I kind of want to spread it out rather, So I think that if you just start practicing on Sunday, then you can only start again next Sunday. You start to lose some of that, especially in the start. You have to warm up, I suppose. I think later on it's probably not that bad. Simple. You play an instrument. You can speak from experience, right?
Chris, shut the fuck up.
Yes. What did you ask?
Me or Homo?
You. I was basically it.
Okay. Yeah, you play
Yeah,
the
that's okay.
piano.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important at the start to like start or practice like multiple times a week and not like once a week, because then you just start?
Yeah, I think if you're serious about learning an instrument, you should practice daily.
Yeah,
daily,
that's what I thought too, and kind of want to like commit myself to. But then my roommate would find out, so I only have the option of doing it like once or twice a week, and that's kind
Well,
of
your roommate might actually encourage you unless your roommate's like a complete fuckwit.
It's Sander we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I mean,
That is true. Sander can be a bit of a fuckwit at times,
I
but
mean,
you know,
he's
it's-
generally very
All times.
socially like correct. You know, he'll be like, "Yeah, it's fine, dude," but I know he'll hate me for it. And as I said, it's just the pressure. You know, like if I, sometimes I might just feel a bit depressed, or I don't feel like it, and then I just want to skip a day, and I don't want people getting on my back like, "Oh, you should be practicing, dude. You're wasting time."
It's
or
fine to
something.
skip a day, it happens.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't want people to. I feel like if I don't care about you. No, I
Well,
don't
if
mean-
you really want to talk about learning an
I don't
instrument,
care
you should
about
talk
you
to
guys
Jack over in
knowing
the
that.
American chat.
I don't care about you guys knowing about me doing it, but I feel like people in real life would just, especially the people I know, my family, my extended family, God, terrible people. I just think they especially would just be a bad. I don't know. It would just give me a nasty feeling, It's like feeling of pressure. I don't know why.
Nasty guy.
I think it's because I tried to pick up the guitar when I was younger, and then my mom, she wasn't very happy about it, and then she beat me when I tried to play it, and I kind of got very discouraged from trying because my mom was like, "Oh, it sounds so terrible. Why are you doing this? You need to get better." And then she slapped me, and it was pretty traumatizing, I suppose. And
This is typical. of
and she
every-
said like, she started really guilt tripping me about it later, like, "Oh, you never ended up doing anything with that. We wasted so much money on you with that." And
Wow, how is
he?
he one to talk about economical?
That's very. That's
Baby
very-
strollers!
But I will not dare bring that up in front of her. But you make a very valid point. But yeah, I just feel like and she was guilt tripping me about that. But like, I just feel like she'll do the same here. I mean, obviously, she's not going to beat me anymore, hopefully. But but it was pretty traumatizing because I actually. I don't like the guitar anymore, but at the time I was pretty motivated to actually learn it, and I was trying to, but she just wouldn't support me. And then she's like, "Well, why did you quit playing?" And then there's like that pressure and the guilt trip, and like, "What do you want from me?" So that kind of fucked with me a little. So I don't want them to know, just to put a nasty feeling to me. If you get what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Okay, I'm really glad you do. How long have you been playing the piano? Simple. Have you ever played any other instruments?
Yes, as a kid I played the clarinet for like 4 or 5 years with a teacher, and I
Oh,
also
actually a
played
really long
drums
time.
for 2 years with a teacher, and
Oh,
I
wow.
ultimately stopped playing them because I think I was just forced by my parents to play them. I
But
played
that's still a
the
long
piano
time.
as a kid, but I haven't really played it like seriously until like 1.5 years ago.
Okay, but that's actually a pretty long time to learn the other instruments away. I guess you're like, I'm sure you've like unlearned a lot of it now, but I guess you were fairly proficient in the clarinet then.
I don't know actually.
How old were you when that was that
I
thing?
like 10 to no, probably like 8 to 13 or something.
Oh, okay. Did you have like music lessons in your school or?
Yes, they were.
Oh,
shit.
okay. Oh yeah, we have the
We had
same
a
thing.
marching
Like,
band.
I'm so envious of schools that have proper music classes. Like in high school I didn't have it anymore, and the school before that, I don't know what it's called, secondary school or something.
Middle.
Yeah.
Like the school where you go from like age, I don't know, something to 11 or something. And their music class was just grabbing a bunch of random instruments and slamming them on the ground, making random noises that sound terrible. And then in high
Slam them on the
school,
ground.
and I went to a really small high school, so music class wasn't a thing, they couldn't afford it, couldn't justify it. I really wish I had a music
Yes, you can
class.
justify that. Then you can very easily justify that.
Well, I mean, I don't know, they didn't want to do it. I just wish they did, because it would have been, I think I would have actually picked it up because I have to do a class anyway, right? And that would actually discipline me to do it. I'm really, it's a shame
There's
that I
a
still
very
don't
easy
do it.
justification for that. I want to teach children how to play
And
music.
then the second high school I went to, which is a lot bigger and a lot better, I must say, they did have music class, but I moved into the So like it's 1 to 5 classes is what you call them, which is like grades. So let's just call them grades. And I didn't start at grade 1 because I already did the previous high school, right? So I moved in on grade 4. So if I were to enroll in the music class there, I would be assumed? No. Sandy, this word, not assumed. I would be to.
I'll be
not
honest, I haven't been
assumed
paying
to.
attention. Say it again.
I would be assumed to do something. What is the proper word for that? Expected. I have it already. I would have been expected to already have experience with an instrument or be able to sing or something, and I didn't have that, so I couldn't really roll into that properly. You know?
Bullshit.
Well, I don't know if it's bullshit. I mean, you don't hear it isn't a thing where you like switch classes every year or something. I don't know if it's a thing there, but so like if you are in the 4th grade and you are doing a music class, you are expected, you would have done it from the 1st grade on, so you are expected to have it on 4th grade level. You know, because
be able to learn whatever
I don't
you
know how
want.
they grade it or stuff like that. And I guess it's kind of that. I guess they could just like grade people individually and tell you to like learn an instrument and then, you know, let you grade you and tell you how you're playing and everything. But I think that would
That
actually be
makes
better.
sense.
Yeah, you're right. But it might also be more difficult to manage the class that way. You know, it's probably easier for them to just do it like this.
So
Yeah, I agree. It could have been done better. It's not a perfect school, but it was a really nice school. Topic. Whew. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I think it's been an hour. Yeah, my mouth's pretty dry. I'll be back in a little bit, boys. Be right back.